Okay everyone, today we're going to be switching formulas and doing a deep dive on the brand Kate Farms. So Kate Farms is one of the brands that I'm sure you have seen advertised on Facebook a lot. Just researching the company, I can tell they spend a lot of money advertising. This is because I see a lot of nurses and very high-end influencers being paid off to advertise this. Now, what's interesting about that is they spend a lot of money on advertising, but they do not care that you have access to heavy metal testing reports or show those, which would only cost the company about $300 a month, maybe one of the payments they are paying these influencers. So let's get into it. Kate Farms is touted as a healthier option, but unfortunately, when you look at the label, I cannot see much of a reason why. First off, there is no real food in this. A couple members said their children really did horrible on this, as in it wrecked their gut health. So we're going to look at maybe why that is, and also why kids gain weight on this. So here's why I think your kid might gain weight on this, even though there's really no real food in this. The first three ingredients are the top ones. Now recognize that sugar can have a lot of calories, especially if it's in a food form or a digestive form, and you can gain weight off certain foods, and it doesn't mean a healthy weight gain, as in you're not going to grow bone density or grow the weight, but you'll put on the weight. So the first three ingredients on this are purified water, brown rice syrup, pea protein, and agave syrup. Agave syrup is just a term for sugar that they want to make sound healthier. Another issue here is the brown rice syrup. That is the same sugar that Nestle is using. And what's wrong with that one is it's known to wreck gut health, and also it is one of the highest sugars to be tested for arsenic. And there's no heavy metal testing reports on this, so it's really unknown. A few other concerns is the high sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is not an oil I would recommend. Now I see they actually pay off like influencers to explain why they're using these in their formulas. They shouldn't be using that in their formula. It's an inflammatory oil. So there's also sunflower lecithin in it, and the amount of food in this is less, and it's very small. So they do state that they're using a small amount of powdered food, but it is actually under the sugar, which means there is less of this. There is also a very large added section of vitamins and minerals that I wouldn't recommend using together, because some of those do cause organ damage long term and cancel each other out. Kate Farms is not sold out by big business. However, they have several lawsuits, including having bacterial contamination in their formulas. And although they do not provide publicly heavy metal testing reports, I found many violations online stating that when an independent company did test for them, they were extremely high. So I am going to be going on this today. I'm going to let you know how my vitals are, how my blood sugar goes out of whack. But the ingredients to me definitely are concerning. I could see why you would have problems with this with your gut. They also state that they use less than 1.5% of vanilla extract, but then they put natural flavor in there. So I see that these come in like vanilla, strawberry, and coffee. They are kind of deceiving you a bit because they're not using natural flavors. These are additives, synthetic, natural flavors is what they call them, but they're not natural, that are also harmful to your gut. So they are definitely very good at marketing their product, making it seem a bit healthier than they are. But I'm going to go on this today, let you know how I feel, let you know how my blood sugar goes. I do have to, this one I actually hear like doesn't taste bad. And that would be because of the high sugar and the vanilla they are adding. You can make anything taste good. So it doesn't taste horrible. Definitely not like the Nourish. Very strong vanilla, fake tasting. So it's definitely going to be easy to digest. However, I'm going to be looking at how I feel throughout the day later, not just my initial taste. So stay tuned. I'll be updating you guys soon.